also coincides with time that the long controversial museum called MOWAA announced plans for its opening. When I first heard his name, it was MOWAA. Now we're MOWAA. I tell you about MOWAA in Angola. MOWAA in Angola. Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we are therefore constrained to throw light on the lingering controversy surrounding the museum called Museum of West African Arts, MOWAA. MOWAA was originally conceived as Benin Royal Museum. Did you all know that? Originally, before my coronation in 2016, my grandfather, Oba II, my father, Oba Rediawa, and I, by the grace of God now, Oba II, have been known to be canvassing for the return of our looted artifacts by the British in 1897. Some were returned by the British government during my grandfather's reign, and my grandfather sang a song and danced to it in appreciation and happiness. To which in honor of my grandpa, I also now do the same song and dance whenever an artifact is returned. As if it is a kind of mysterious way to summon the return of other artifacts out there to come home. That song. Yes, home, to be housed in the proposed Benin Royal Museum. Not anywhere else. Some were returned during my father's reign. This was well celebrated during the former governor's government, Ushomoli's administration, who joined the palace to receive the artifacts. As a diplomat, I carried on the struggle of my fathers for the return of the artifacts to the palace to far corners of the globe, because I was fortunate to serve my country in several countries. I presented my letters of credence to the King of Sweden, King of Norway, and Queen of Denmark, and President of Finland, President of Angola, President of Rome, and Albania, Republic of Albania. I invited Governor Baseki shortly after he was sworn in 2017. I intimated him of how much my father and I have been fighting for the return of the stolen artifacts. I solicited for his collaboration, being the new governor of the state and I the new Oba on the throne. He promptly agreed to support this effort. On my second coronation anniversary, he was called to make some remarks and surprised everyone when he informed us that he had been meeting with the Benin Dialogue Group, some museums, and international donors who were already cooperating with him for the setting up of the Benin Royal Museum, and that he has invited them to Benin for the next meeting. He then said he couldn't see any better coronation anniversary gift he could give to me than that. Everyone applauded him, but somehow I was not so excited. I had a bad feeling about it. Instead of me to be jumping for joy, I had a bad feeling about it, as if something was wrong or going to go wrong. I'm sure my ancestors were prompting me not to believe the story. Then there was silence after that. Silence from Governor Bassett. COVID-19 came in and complicated issues. During the period of COVID-19, I believe the evil, the plan, the bad plan, evil plan was also being perfected. That was the period now found out that a lot of money is coming with the artifacts to the palace, and they decided to divert it to their own pockets. Suddenly, I saw that they co-opted my eldest son into their conspiracy because they felt they would see him as the Crown Prince of Benin. If they see him as the Crown Prince of Benin, that would prove that they are collaborating with the palace. And if they dragged him along with them, they would have succeeded in convincing international donors, particularly Germany, that they are collaborating with the palace. My dear son said that they constituted the Legacy Restoration Trust, and they have given him a board seat. I didn't send him there. He looked excited, of course. Poor child. He didn't understand the implications of what he was getting himself into, because he didn't remember or didn't care to remember that I've been teaching what I've been teaching him about people. For avoidance of doubt, the German government, Etal, and others who did not even understand our traditions and did not care to come to the source to find out for reasons best known to them, because they were also having interests of their own in the artifacts. They would have found out that the eldest son of the Oba of Benin is not automatically the Crown Prince of Benin, even though our system of succession is based on the principle of primogeniture, until his father, the reigning Oba, pronounced him so and direct him to Uselu to preside over Uselu as the Dake of Uselu. Or until then, he's regarded as just the first prince or senior prince in Benin. They will say, omonoba. So were we all, and my father. I was also involved in a ceremony in the palace that formally sent me to Uselu with Governor Shomoli was there at the time, was the governor, and a lot of crowd walked, trekked, as we have to do in line with tradition, trekked all the way to Uselu. 2 presidents before technically, officially, I became Crown Prince, became the Dake of Uselu. Anything short of that is window dressing and cosmetic. They decided to drag this my eldest son that I loved into a conspiracy against his own heritage. And he was thanking them for it. He also let himself be dragged into the conspiracy for obvious reasons because he refused to listen to the counsel of his father, the king that thought has been nurturing him since birth.
The God's voice at work.
Your Excellency, Mr. Governor, 2 days ago, my people protested against the purported opening of the so-called MOWAA. It will be recalled that during the time of your predecessor in office, I suggested to him that the Edo State government should support the Oba of Benin in the pursuit of the return of the artifacts and the building of the Benin Royal Museum. This was duly agreed to by the erstwhile Governor Godwin Obasa in conjunction with the National Council Commission for Museums and Monuments. I gave several referral letters to the then DG, Director General Abbas Tijani, for him to be able to negotiate with different museums in Europe and America. Surprisingly, I was no longer put in the picture of the pursuit of these artifacts and the support for the building of the Benin Royal Museum. Several agreements were signed by the then Director General of the NCMM on behalf of the Oba of Benin, which I never saw up till now. Tijani Abbas and Governor Obasa conspired against the palace of the Oba of Benin and started building what they call a Dome Museum of West Africa as a MOWAA. I was never put in the picture anymore. It was very sad to me. It was later made known that the finance for the MOWAA, which they were building, was actually got from foreign donors who were made to believe that the Benin artifacts that will be returned will be housed in the Benin Royal Museum. The structure that is standing there was actually supported by foreign donors and the goodwill of the Oba of Benin to build a royal museum, the Benin Royal Museum. The so-called MOWAA is not the state government. It's not the state government project. It is a project that is meant to have Benin bronzes in the museum, known as the Benin Royal Museum. I have to keep on re-emphasizing this. I'm therefore in support of my people who came out a few days ago to protest against MOWAA opening of any sort. I therefore urge the state government to ensure that the MOWAA structure, which is under probe by the Edo State House of Assembly, is fully investigated and the source of finance and ownership made known. Your Excellency, for the information of the general public, the foreign donors are actually seeing this MOWAA structure as Benin Royal Museum. And I urge Your Excellency to let it be so. Your Excellency, distinguished Governor of Edo State, please, this was like my appeal to President Buhari in his private party that he had. I appeal to him with the president now, the former minister of Lai Mohammed, for the Minister of Arts and Culture, President, and all the key movers and shakers of the country were present. And I appeal to him, Mr. President, you have done so much to support us in Edo State, particularly the royal family, the royal court of Benin. As much as you have done, there are some people still scheming to reloot our artifacts. Please, Mr. President, don't let them reloot our artifacts. I'm appealing to His Excellency too. Please stop the opening of the MOWAA because it is fraught with greed, deceit, and mischief, and lack of transparency. I cannot end this address without addressing deep appreciation, without expressing deep appreciation to the former President MOWAA, CFR, who is late now, very good friend of the family of Edo State, who understood completely the need to recognize and support the ownership of the bronzes, of the Benin bronzes, and also thank his successor, President MOWAA, DCFR, who is a Netherlands, is my in-law. I don't know if you are aware of that, Mr. Governor. He's my in-law. And as he openly said, because he has openly said so, that's why I'm openly saying so now. As he openly said when he came to the palace, he's not a stranger to this palace for supporting and pledging to build the Benin Royal Museum. And of course, who God and our ancestors brought to rescue otherwise rather toxic situation in the state in general and in Benin in particular. Most of all, as I said at the beginning, God is the Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. All glory be to God. Long live Edo State government, long live the Federal Republic of Nigeria. God bless you.
His Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Edo State, the Speaker of Edo State, our great party chairman, I beg to observe the existing protocol. Your Majesty, our Father, the Oba of Benin. I welcome you this morning to the government house, your own government house, in the day. Your Majesty, I wanted to make a speech, but Obasaki has helped me to make this speech. I am happy that the Attorney General of Edo State is sitting here. Politicians of Edo State, they are all sitting here. Isaiah is a witness. The leader from Edo Central, Sese Kagbe, is also present. And the video I watched, vividly, I saw practically every Edo man that matters. So the issue of MOWAA is over. don't believe that Mr. President will ever support anything that is not good, that will not promote the palace. So for that, I want to congratulate you once again. If we join hands together to interface with the organizers and the donors into MOWAA, to let them know that stolen artifacts from the palace is back to the palace, and it's only the palace that have right anywhere they so wishes. Your Majesty's presence at Government House today fills us with pride and gratitude. It reminds us of a bond between the palace and the government. A partnership built on mutual respect should propose our commitment to the peace and progress of Edo people.
You make it so.
The Benin Kingdom is guided by His Royal Majesty, remain a source of inspiration to us all. It is rich in culture, wisdom, unity, and continue to guide our steps as we work to build a state accord on justice, development, and harmony. As our administration approaches its first year in office, on Wednesday, the 12th of November, we reflect with gratitude to the blessings, guidance, and prayers from the palace. Your Royal Majesty, your support has been invariably, and this government remains committed to working closely with traditional rulers, institutions, securing our communities, empowering our youth, and preserving our cherished heritage. Today, your visit is not merely a ceremony, it's strengthening the bond between the tradition and governance of Edo State. I want to thank you.
I believe we shouldn't whip sentiment. Let's face the fact. Wetin be the reason why they donate all those money and the looted Benin artifacts? They give Oba a day palace. Oba Seki come. They won't build a MOWAA. Later, he say MOWAA. Now, I want to go bring artifacts from all over the world. Put for that same MOWAA. Meanwhile, the main purpose why German government give una money now because of the artifact we did their custody all these years, we they loot, just to compensate and say sorry. Now those money take on. Eventually, you divide the money, you build. You won't go bring. The main purpose why they bring those money, you won't begin to do sideline. Almost like things are falling into places again. Anyway, whatever you think, drop your comment on the comment section once again. Share and follow the page. For the record, no matter how he good go far and rich, he not go stop person wey want price am, make he not price or buy am, use am do wetin he want do. Oba amie, Oba gari Oba oidom yogbon. Anything when anybody talk, you are on your own, you are entitled to it. But let's stand for the truth. If now you, they go do you. Somebody go pound yam because of you, make you eat. Later, you they go in hungry, other people come, they chop and they carry come out. Will you be happy? If this artifact was never in the first place, Obaseki just come with the idea, say there's need to build a museum. He not talk about the one way they bring come. He just go build your own source for fund anywhere. If you're not concerned palace, concerned government. If it be something NGO, or you don't come use your mouth, talk, so you are doing it for the sake of the palace. You promise the palace, after everything, reason best not to you, you carry a commode, you go do somewhere. You use my name, take follow road, chop aduro, later you say not be me. Now I help you. Who does that?